Okay, we got ourselves another one-shot here, unboxing with Marvel's Rogue. Oh shit, this is the second Rogue figure I've gotten. I've had that 2-pack one with Pyro. Really dig that figure, but just wasn't the costume I was looking to collect for now. So this one came out and I was like, oh man, this is perfect fit. It's kind of a, I would say it's, she had so many costume variations over the years that for this one, I feel like it's kind of like that one that's like smack dab in the middle. It sort of can work as kind of like a Brotherhood look, but it's also going to be able to work as part of the X-Men. And there's definitely some mods and stuff you can do here that I'm going to do here that I think are going to be really cool. So let's just pop her out of the package here as soon as possible. I like the artwork here. This is great art. I don't know this artist, but I dig how they've she just looks so, it's just so pretty. It's such a pretty art. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up here from the side. Oh, tore that pretty badly. That is too bad. I'm pretty sure this is a this character is just a single release as well, with no build-a-figure. So very interesting that they still charge exactly the same price for that, but I guess it is a free figurine that it's supposed to be coming with. Here we go. Back there. Whoa! I don't really need this thing anymore. So I'll leave it like that for now. And here are the extra hands and this little useless piece of paper. Yeah, we're gonna get her out of this. Okay, toss that. All right, and she has the new double jointed elbows. That's great. Yeah, so she's on definitely one of the latest bucks. That's another good thing, is you get quite a lot of our new articulation with these figures. And she also has the pinless joints too, so that's quite nice. And then what I love about this figure too is her hair does not really hamper her neck movements that much, so that's really good too. She's got the big hair too, which I love. Just really all-purpose unitard here with, I guess, the corset. But yeah, look at this. You got a lot of movement here. Very cool. Actually, you know what? The one thing I think that would have been neat for this figure is if she came with just pop-off arms, that are sleeveless. Like this long sleeve is gone, and maybe she has like a sleeve prop she could hold. Like I think that would have really taken this up to the next level, especially if it's, you're not getting the build-a-figure with it, and it's not part of any like a full series. It's just on its own. Like I think that would have definitely taken it up a notch. But no, I still think this is really cool. Really good looking figure. And this is what I was really looking forward to. So this is like an old Punisher coat from back in the Toy Biz Marvel Legends days, and I've definitely made multiple uses of this jacket on quite a few figures. I used it for Red Skull, obviously Punisher, and I think I even put it on Machine Man once. But yeah, definitely, it's not too bad. It's a little baggy, but if you pinch it at the back here, then it actually does quite look pretty nice. And I even folded up the sleeves a little bit so it gives it a bit of a cuff too. But no, I think this is great. I mean, we've definitely seen some adaptations of Rogue where she has sort of the long trench coat. I think it's definitely complimentary, I would say. But yeah, this looks pretty cool though. I think I wish I had more cloth goods stuff, like more of these jackets. Definitely, I heard there was a rumor that they were going to be producing a Gambit figure where he's not wearing the jacket. So if they do that, I 100% would be getting a hold of that, and then finding a way to get him a cloth jacket of some kind, or some kind of material, soft goods material for him, because that would be really cool. And I also just think it'd be cool to have him without the jacket as well, because I like, if you ever seen him without it, he has like these cool circle designs on his on the spandex, I guess, for him. So I think that would be pretty nice. But I think this is pretty cool. Definitely I definitely like this jacket on her. It looks good.
I ain't ever gonna fit in anywhere.
Hold up there, darling.
Oh, Logan, I can't stay here. I'm gonna hurt
Hey,
someone.
if they're keeping me around, you're not going anywhere. You're an X-Men.
Thanks, sugar.
And here's a little comparison to some of our other fellow X-women. So really digging this matchup here. I think like this costume kind of fits in with this sort of era as well. I know it's like she started wearing it around the 80s and such, and she had sort of previous kind of costumes, but I think this one's quite nice, and I think she looks good compared to these two here, and I really like this deep green. Of course, we have kind of this more, what is this, more of an olive green for her costume, and this is more of an Irish green or something like that, but I just think it's really cool, you know, and just the jet black with it looks so sick as well. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking this is a nice addition to the figs here, and I think she's also going to make a good Brotherhood of Evil Mutants member as well, which I like the idea of Rogue sort of playing this dual kind of part, you know, like I think she is kind of more of an anti-hero in a way, and I like the idea of playing her that way. I mean, she is like she does kind of have that connection with Wolverine, right, and he kind of plays that as well. I mean, he's you know, he's willing to do what it takes to get the job done. I think Rogue has like a similar mentality as well. Oh man, I almost think that she looks even better with these with the Brotherhood here. Her color scheme just pops with them. Like they're each such defined colors, so it's really cool. So I'm stoked how she matches up with these. I think this is a great costume, probably one of her best, and very versatile. Can end up in a lot of places. So yeah, I'm really excited about this figure, and let me know what you guys think of it in the comments below here, if you've gotten this Rogue or if you have a different particular costume you like. I think for me, if I was to get another Rogue figure, I'd like to get the Uncanny Avengers costume, because that's another versatile one that can, you know, if you popped in like a short-haired version of it as well with that figure, then you could definitely get it to double as your classic first appearance and sort of her more updated look. But this is, like I said, this is more that in-between spot, and I think it fits nicely here with the Brotherhood. I got one more thing I want to try out here, so just bear with me and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we'd like to try out this little head swap here. It's a little bit tight on the peg there, so it was a little nerve-wracking. I do hope it doesn't snap when I pull it off, but I mean, this looks pretty cool. It works as well. I mean, the thing about this head is, you know, you can put it on Mystique, and it could be her transforming from Rogue into Mystique, or you can put it on Rogue and say maybe it's her kind of mimicking some of her powers as well, or taking some of that look. But it does look pretty cool on here. Of course, you know, this is definitely the superior head sculpt. The face looks friggin' amazing on this. Whatever their technology they're using now is just, yeah, it's just next level. But no, this still looks really cool. Definitely see myself using this for some displays, maybe even for something to do with one of those stop motions coming up. I definitely would like to have Rogue in it. She's one of my favorite X-Men characters, especially in the X-Men Evolution series. I just thought she was so cool. Like, she's this like hot goth in it, and just total badass, you know. And I just think that I like I was saying earlier, like she's kind of like an anti-hero similar to Wolverine, so they kind of have that kinship, I feel like. But yeah, this is very cool set here. This Mystique is just the perfect Mystique as well. You know, I can see them probably giving updates to all these figures with like double jointed elbows and stuff like that, but to be honest, like, this is such a great Mystique figure. Like, I really don't think they even need to update it with that, but yeah, I'm sure we'll see something like that. One thing I actually wouldn't mind them to, you know, further increase like articulation in these female molds is if they give them the drop down hip, because then you can get the legs together, you know. Like, one thing about these figures is, these female figures, is like, sure, yeah, you can spread the legs, do the splits, all that, but like, you can't get them to be kind of pressed together, which is sort of more of like typical, you know, like a lot of women, you know, keep their legs pressed closer together, but if you have the drop down hips, easily be possible. But no, maybe one day. I mean, they definitely have gone leaps and bounds the last year with these molds. And here's Rogue compared to some of her fellow Outback X-Men. Yeah, I kind of haven't really read much of what this era of X-Men was, but I do like the casting of characters. I you know, Rogue was introduced as a main cast member for this. Same with Psylocke as well, which that Psylocke costume is pretty wild, but I wouldn't mind getting that if they produced her in that costume. Of course, you know, I don't have Dazzler in the outfit that she was in for that series, but I really dig her disco outfit. Like the roller skates is such a unique thing for her figure, you know. It's just it's something that I don't have in anything else, so I kind of dig this look. So I'll probably stick with this. But you know what, I did like what she looked like in that that Mojoverse pack came with Long Shot as well. I thought like with the headband and like without the jacket, it looks so slick, but it's definitely hard to come by that figure. But if I was gonna get another, Dazzler figure, definitely would be that one if I can get a hold of it. But I don't really want to get Mojo. Not really into that. I think he's a pretty gross character and just a gross thing to have on the shelf. So I would like to skip that for sure. Long Shot, I don't know. He's kind of might be a pass for me too. I don't really know too much about him. I think he has a cool look, but I just don't see him coming into much use, I guess, in my X-Men. He's not really. I wouldn't say he's like, an A-list X-Men. I mean, Dazzler I know is B-list, but like she's also just been a huge part of it for a long time. And I've got some comics that feature her, so I have a little bit more connection to her. But I have no idea about this Long Shot character. I mean, if you guys tell me a little bit in the comments what you think about him, then maybe I might get into it. But I don't really have a desire to kind of fully complete this Outback X-Men era. I do like these costumes, and I actually think that this makes for a good casually dressed Aurora, so you can even swap out that head for the other Storm I have with the long hair from her first appearance look. And there's a lot of kit bashing I can do with that, so that's fun, and I like to hang on to that one. Of course, you gotta add the Mohawk Storm as well. But yeah, same with this Rogue too. Like a lot of options I can do with this. I can pop that head on other different casually dressed bodies as well if I'm looking to do a shot like that. But yeah, this is still a nice, cool little team. I do have Havoc as well. He's kind of on like the new Havoc. He's on ice right now, so I will hopefully get a chance to unbox that one soon and be able to do some more comparisons like this. But on the lookout for a new Polaris. I know I had Polaris in my collection. If you watch some of those collection update videos, I'm sure you've seen it previously, but foolishly I traded her in not too long ago thinking I wanted to downsize on my collection, but now I gotta try and track her down and get her back, because I did end up wanting to keep her and because of that new Havoc that came out too, I think that was a big part of it, wanted me getting her back. But hopefully they'll just come out with a new version of her with the sort of that costume. It'd be nice if she had like a soft goods kind of like little stringy whatever that things are, her little cape or whatever. I've seen some cool versions. I particularly like how her costume looks in Wolverine and the X-Men, that animated series. So maybe they could do like a little see-through kind of material for her little cape things. I'm sure I'll throw up a picture or something here. So I wanted to do a quick little insert here at the end of the video to compare these two particular figures. So this is obviously the Scarlet Witch here. She's a great figure. I think the articulation's a little bit limited in some parts, like the elbows. Obviously she doesn't have the double joint that the new Rogue does. And I find her cape is such a hard plastic. Like, it does help her stand up, but it's also pretty heavy and definitely limits her movement. The hair too is a little bit cumbersome, but the sculpt of the face is beautiful. The sculpt of the gloves and everything is really, really amazing. And the reason I wanted to kind of feature this figure here in this video and kind of compare it to this Rogue is because she has this sculpted on part of her corset here that you can see. It's like it's actually a raised section. And I'm just curious, like, why they didn't reuse that same part for Rogue here? Because obviously for Rogue, she's wearing the same kind of thing. Like, it's a corset of some kind. But instead here, they just painted it on instead of actually having it sculpted on. They had this sort of sculpted section here. And it's just kind of a bummer, right? Because the parts exist, but they didn't end up reusing it here. And it's not like this costume just has this pattern painted on. Like, if you look at pictures like of the costume, it's actually a separate piece with the black being this kind of underneath body suit that she's wearing. So just, I guess that's a gripe for me on this figure. And if this didn't exist, I would probably be, oh, that's perfectly fine. But the the fact that it does and they didn't end up reusing it, that sucks. It would have looked cooler. And I mean, it looks great here on the Scarlet Witch, but I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, these are still really good, amazing looking figures, like some of the best head sculpts I've seen and hair sculpts for Marvel Legends figurine. But it's just these little things, right? I mean, it'd be cool for them to have done that, but it's kind of too late now. I mean, who knows what could happen? I'm sure there's some customizers out there that would probably do a little kit bash on this, but I'm not very good at pulling my figures apart, so I'm not going to try that today. But in any case, I just want to thank you guys for watching. It's been an awesome time hanging out here. It's a great figures here. Comment, let me know what you guys think. If you want to pick up this Rogue figure, if you're saving that spot in your collection for maybe a different era, maybe that 90s era, or the new 2-pack that just came out with the original costume. And like the video if you like the video, share this with your friends, and subscribe if you love this.